Hey there everyone, this is Ethanu, take two. Game just crashed on me and I decided to scrap that recording because it's better to just start from scratch, honestly.
Keep it down, dog.
In the last part, we recruited
All
Anders.
that noisy dog breath, day in, day out. Make him stop.
Well, pardon my dog for breathing. If you think you can stop him, be my guest.
There. Isn't that annoying?
Nice lip sync there.
Ah, blight take you.
Anyway, we recruited Anders and killed the squatters in our house. In this part, we've got a bunch of people at, like, their homes to talk to.
When I told your grandmother I was marrying your father, she threatened to disown me. She said my children would be mongrels. My father wanted to lock me in, but she told him it's her life, let her ruin it. I wrote to her when each of you were born. She never wrote back. I'm glad she didn't die hating me.
Your mother's dead. Let it go.
When I was a girl, your grandmother was the young, beautiful, noble mother all my friends wished they had. She might have had a hard time accepting it at first, but she would have loved you, all three of you. Carver. He was such a little boy. Never had a knee that wasn't scraped or trousers without holes.
The last thing Carver would want is more crying.
Can we pretend we
I just keep thinking there's
don't
something we
like
could have
Carver?
done. It's killing me.
Or stop pretending we do,
I remember that
whichever
awful
one.
creature reaching down at 18 years of loving and feeding and raising, and that was it.
At least you're past the it's all your fault thing.
I'm sorry, love. I was distraught. I never really believed that. It's just, I miss him. There were 4 of us when the Blight began. It will never be over while there are just 3. I've written to the Viscount. I've an audience for after Bartran's expedition leaves. I couldn't do anything for Carver, but with luck, I could at least give us a home.
Or we could buy it from the city with the money that we're almost guaranteed to make on the expedition. We got some letters. I forgot to read them last time. Basically, Ethenril wants us to work for her. Again. And a bit of characterization here. She wasn't too happy when we quit. But she got over it. Whatever. For now, we're heading to we're heading to Fenris's mansion first.
Egregio Pavali. There are 6 bottles in the cellar. Denarius used to have me pour it for his guests. My appearance intimidated them, he said, which he enjoyed.
Nothing like a bit of fear with your wine.
That's what Denarius used to say.
Open your mouth.
It's good I can still take pleasure in the small things.
You could have offered me a glass first, you know.
There's more, if you're really interested.
Perish the thought. How else would you redecorate the walls?
I've wanted to leave my past behind me, but it won't stay there. Tell me, have you never wanted to return to Ferelden?
I've started a life here.
And that's it? You leave it behind so easily?
We fled the Blight and did what we could. Would you have done differently?
No, that is in fact exactly what I have done. I apologize. Your life is your own. It simply sounds very familiar.
Uh-huh.
Do you intend to keep living here?
I haven't decided. For now, it's as good as any other place. I would return to Saharan if I could, but there is no life for me there.
Is that where you're from?
So I've been told.
Were you very young when you left then?
Perhaps.
You could track your former master down, I assume?
I imagine he has returned to Minrathous, though I dare not go near the city while he is alive. No, it is better to wait for him to leave his fortress. Fight from a fortified position. I do not expect your help when that
Like
day
a rundown
comes,
mansion.
but I would not turn it aside.
You've been on the run a long time then.
3 years now. Denarius has a way of finding me. Perhaps it is the markings. Whatever the means, it never takes him long to follow. This is the first time I've given him reason to pause. I suppose there are advantages in numbers.
Haven't you sought help before?
Hirelings when I could steal the coin. Never anyone of substance. Until you. Denarius will not give up, however. I await his return.
What if he does give up? What then?
Then I go to him. I will not live with a wolf on my back.
You won't let sleeping dogs lie?
No. I am no fool.
I don't really want to insult him here, but we do need the rivalry points.
Don't you have anything positive to say?
The wine was tasty. I should thank you again for helping me against the hunters.
Yes, you should.
Had I known Ansar would find me a man so capable, I might have asked him to look sooner.
It turned out well enough.
It did at that. I will not keep you longer. Another time, perhaps.
And there we go, 20 points for Fenris. Yeah, 20 points for Fenris. And now we're going to the Hangman.
You owe us, Isabella.
Well, Lucky, I'll tell you what. Since the information you gave me was worth nothing, that's what I'll pay you.
Me and my boys will get our money's worth, bitch.
Oh, you poor sweet thing. Tell me, Lucky, is this worth dying for? I didn't think so.
Hi, Isabella. You might remember Isabella from the first game. She's gotten a pretty substantial facelift.
My. And here I thought the only men in this place were besotted fools who couldn't hoist the mainsail.
Also, her one personality trait in Dragon Age Origins. Yep, that's her one personality trait here.
When you talk about hoisting the mainsail, what do you really mean?
What else could it mean? It requires strength, knowledge of rigging, and a small measure of sobriety.
I know my way around rigging just fine. And I'm good with my hands.
Oh my. I'm Isabella. Previously Captain Isabella. Sadly, without my ship, the title rings a bit hollow. You're Ferelden, aren't you? You have that look about you. I was in Denerim not too long ago. I even met the hero of Ferelden, if you know what I mean. You know, you might be just what I'm looking for to solve a little problem I have.
Can't anyone fix their own lives around here?
Must be something in the water. Someone from my past has been pestering me. I've arranged for a duel. If I win, he leaves me alone. But I don't trust him to play fair. I need someone to watch my back.
Who's this person you've arranged to meet?
His name is Hader. We worked together back in Antiva. He's never liked me. He's been asking about me all around Kirkwall. Thought I'd get it over with and meet him face to face.
What makes you think I'm right for this?
You saw me talking to Lucky,
safe.
didn't you? Those boys couldn't manage simple information gathering. I can't trust the riffraff in this place to do anything right. But you're different.
You wanted
Is it
information
because I'm
from
capable
Lucky.
of making eye
What was it?
contact?
I asked Lucky and his boys to track down something I lost. They failed to do it. It's nothing to worry about, and this is much more important.
Why a duel?
I like duels. It's what I do.
She's a duelist.
And if I win, he'll be dead. Problem solved.
I think I could manage watching your back.
I'll bet. I've arranged to meet Hader in Hightown after dark. I'll meet you there.
So, in case you missed that, Isabella's idea of armor is a golden choker, a white flap held together with string, and black panties. And yet,
So, I've been dying to know. What was going through your head when you fought that ogre?
thanks to her really high defense stats, she's actually not a bad tank.
For the first few seconds, what do they feed those things?
I don't know anyone else that's even seen one. You're lucky just to be standing here. Somehow, Hawk, I imagine things won't be dull with you around. Not that I expect the deep roads to be boring, mind you. Constant threat of doom does tend to keep you awake.
Anything in particular I should know about your brother?
To understand Bartrand, you've got to understand the Dwarven Merchants Guild. These are dwarves who would sell their mothers if they thought it'd get them a better share of the lyrium market. Anyone who deals with them has to sleep with a knife under their pillow. In my family, that's Bartrand.
What are your plans for this trip into the deep roads?
Bartrand's running the show. Andraste's ass, he'd probably do that even if we weren't paying for everything. The tide we're looking for is supposed to be a week's travel from the surface, so I hope you aren't scared of the dark. We've got supplies, muscle, excavators. The plan is to carry out everything that's not nailed down.
If we'll be working together, I should find out more about you.
True enough. I suppose you ought to know my credentials. My family came from Orzammar, noble house Tethras, until my father got caught fixing provings. He and our whole house got exiled. No huge loss. I was born up here. Sunshine suits me just fine.
Are you a merchant? A mercenary?
I'm a younger son. It's a difficult and dangerous profession. A lot of us die of boredom. Fortunately, being Bartrand's younger brother keeps me on my toes. Maker knows he lacks subtlety. I'm the one who pulls strings to keep the coterie out of our hair. Keep us just a whisker ahead of the other families.
A lot of things can keep you awake, you know. I wouldn't reach for the doom first.
Sure, I could have a cup of tea in the morning, but I hear it's bad for you. I've spent my whole life in Kirkwall. Dangerous enough most days, but it doesn't compare to the deep roads. So, this will be, let's just call it an adventure, I guess.
Great. Now we're adventurers.
And that's Varric, basically. We'll be keeping him around.
So, Elf, that thing you do with your hand,
I can already tell this isn't going anywhere pleasant.
I bet that makes pickpocketing easier.
I'll try it sometime and find out.
We'll be keeping him around just because he reacts well to sarcasm. Now I think we're just going to head to the Black Emporium. Last time I tried doing something in Hightown, the thing with Isabella, and that crashed the game maybe. Even just having a earlier point to restart the recording would be better.
Customer. Thaddeus, stand straight. Places, everyone. Welcome to the Black Emporium.
We don't actually have really the money or anything to do stuff here, but there is a lot of stuff to look at. And Xenon is amazing.
I am the great and magnificent Xenon, the antiquarian.
the short version is he learned the secret to immortality, but it did nothing to give him eternal youth. So he's some number of hundreds of years old, but he's essentially mummified while living. So he decided to open a store. That's the gist of it.
That governs name is Thaddeus Gigantus Crumbum III. He's my favorite.
Xenon is also completely insane. It's amazing. Yeah, this, if you want to read it, basically parody on Catholic censorship.
Please don't fondle Andraste.
And please don't fondle Andraste. Think of the children.
Few people are worthy of an invitation, you know. They search the sewers for the Emporium and accost poor urchin. And I tell urchin to say, "No, you are not worthy to starve in the sewers." Except urchin never speaks.
Xenon is awesome. I forget what that one's about.
I'm tired of those plebeian items. Take what you like. No charge. No charge, Thaddeus. You hear me?
I forget if there's anything actually good here. I don't really think so. Maybe the helmet. Oh, and the ring is nice. Actually, we're going to equip that ring right now. And take a look at the helmet. Worth it. That'll be a thing. The box of screaming. Again, not really interested in leaving that open on screen.
All manner of crafting lore gathered from throughout Beta. Price is negotiable.
Yeah, not actually crafting stuff, just crafting items in the yeah, in that sense. So again, we'll pick up the recipes and leave everything else alone.
Those rare, enchanted goods are the prizes of my collection. As to socks, you can never have enough socks.
Lots of really good, really expensive stuff in here. As you can imagine. Also a fake scythe of fake uselessness. Even if we could afford any of this, I would want to hang on to my money because you basically need 50 sovereigns to get past Act 1. You can also do an optional quest instead, in case you exhaust all of your sources of money, but I'd rather not do that.
Do not stare intently like that. On second thought, please do.
Basically, the mirror just lets you change your appearance. You can do your face, your portrait. It's nice that it's there. It's unfortunate that it's DLC. Stuff. And last but not least,
Don't manhandle the urchin. He's not for sale. Find your own.
the best line in the game, bar none. Anyway, so let's head to Hightown at night. We'll start the quest with Isabella and just tie everything together.
There you are. I've been here for hours. Ada hasn't shown up. No one has. I don't like this.
I don't like this. That's right up there with what could possibly go wrong.
Ambush.
That's the wench we're looking for. Got her.
You know how we solve ambushes? We solve them with mines. Of course, lots of
Ada sent them.
very spread out enemies. Got a letter
Hiding
here.
in the chantry and sending thugs to finish me off. He'll not get away with this. Come on.
Yeah, so basically, Duder didn't show. Buddy is hiding in the chantry because he's an idiot. And, wow, look at Fenris actually, like, contributing. It's crazy. Okay, heading inside. Fancy. You know, I don't think we've actually been here during the day.
Isabella, should have known you'd find me here.
Tell your men to burn the letters next time.
Castillon was heartbroken when he heard about the shipwreck. You should have let him know you survived.
It must have slipped my mind.
Where's the relic?
I lost it. Castillon's just going to have to do without.
Lost it? Just like you lost a ship full of valuable cargo?
Yes.
They weren't cargo, Hader. They were people.
Those slaves were worth 100 sovereigns a head, and you let them scurry off into the wilds. And now the relic's gone too. Castillon won't be happy to hear that. I promise you.
Will someone explain what's going on?
Isabella's been a very bad girl. Ruined a perfect business deal, and then ran away. She didn't tell you?
I told him enough. I said I arranged for a duel, which I did. I also said you wouldn't play fair, which you didn't. We can talk later if you want. Right now, we have other problems.
Castillon isn't a very happy person, is he? Maybe he needs a new hobby.
There's only one way to settle this.
So you catch all that. Isabella's a scoundrel pirate who let a bunch of slaves go because she actually has a heart of gold. Sound familiar? Though to be fair, it's not a bad source to take your inspiration from. Do as Johnny Depp does is never a bad plan when it comes to writing a character. It's not that I can think of. Oh, there's more.
Stab first, ask questions later.
Yeah?
Trust me, it's better this way. Castillon won't hear about me from Hader, but he'll find me eventually. I just have to get him the relic. It's simple as that.
What's so interesting about the relic?
I don't really know what it is, except that it's ancient and worth my weight in gold. Castillon has me chasing it down as payback for freeing his slaves. To be honest, I think he just wants me dead, but that would be letting me off easy.
Who is Castillon?
He's a powerful merchant based in Antiva. I believe he has ties to the Felicissima Armada. I used to work for him. The jobs mostly involved smuggling lyrium, jewels, or the occasional criminal acquaintance. He paid well.
For reference, Antiva in this game, I don't remember whether or not it is in the original, but it's more like Spain and Italy at the same time now.
You hired Lucky to track down information on the relic.
That's right. He insisted he knew everything that was going on in Kirkwall. He lied. I bet he doesn't even know everything going on in his pants.
Did you end up in Kirkwall because your ship was destroyed?
There was a storm. The ship ran aground on the reefs near the city. I managed to make it to shore. Most of my men weren't as lucky. Poor sods. I knew some of those men almost 10 years. Ah, balls.
What's this about you freeing slaves?
I was asked to escort Castillon's cargo ship. I got a bad feeling about the job partway through. Boarded the ship to find slaves. Nearly 200. Elves, humans, children even. It was sickening. They paid Castillon to take them away from the Blight. He took their money and sold them into slavery. Even I can see that's wrong.
If getting the relic gets Castillon off your back, then I'll help you retrieve it.
I still don't know where it is, but you'll be the first to know if I hear anything. Anyway, thanks for helping me out with Hader. I think I'll tag along for a while. There might be something I could do for you.
Yeah, I'll
And
bet.
I have a room at the Hanged Man if you're looking for company later.
And, unfortunately, we'll not be able to have her in our party much yet. Video's running a bit long and I don't have much that I can edit out, so I'll end it here. In the next part, I again don't really know what we'll be doing, but I'm sure it will involve violence. I'll see you there. Goodbye.